We are this morning going to have Miss Petra-Kene Williams, Communication Director of the Transport Authority. This segment is sponsored by the Transport Authority. We're just waiting to have her up on Zoom. I'm not hearing anything in the earset here. So as soon as we get her on, we're going to have some robust discussion this morning. You know, because this morning it's about the Transport Authority, the positiveness of the Transport Authority. As soon as we have her on, Miss Petra-Kene, good morning. Miss Williams, we're still waiting on her. Yes.
Are you hearing me, Mr. Tavares?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear now. Good morning to you, ma'am.
Morning. How are you?
I am doing good. How are you doing?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Give God the glory. So, tell me about the Transport Authority. What is the Transport Authority going to, what is their views and what is going on within the transport sector? What they are going to do to help the taxi drivers and the bus drivers in and around Jamaica?
Well, let me just start off by sharing with you the role of the Transport Authority, because sometimes I think our role is many people don't understand our role. Mm-hmm. So their expectations of the authority are a little different than what we can do. Mm-hmm. And one of the things we want to do is ensure that what people expect of us is in keeping with our mandate as a regulator and a licensing authority. So the Transport Authority is a regulatory body established by law to monitor and regulate public transportation across the island of Jamaica, and that's public land transportation. Mm-hmm. We also license public passenger vehicles and commercial carriers. So what that means is we issue different categories of licenses, whether road licenses or commercial carriers licenses. And many people are familiar with hackney carriage as a license type. You may be familiar with that, Mr. Tavares, yes. Or route taxi as a taxi type. But there are actually 5 categories of road licenses that the authority issues. So in addition to route taxis and hackney carriages, we also have contract carriages. Those are the vehicles that people will hire and utilize for contracts. So many of the corporate entities, perhaps charter a company to pick up and deliver their staff, especially the call centers where they have teams working late into the night. Mm-hmm. Those are contract carriage operators. Hackney carriages are really chartered taxis, you know, and then the route taxis would run along a route or a corridor. And there's another category of license that runs along a corridor that's called the rural stage carriage. Mm-hmm. So you have the rural stage carriage and the route taxis running along a particular road, length of roadway or along a particular route. And you have express carriage. Of course, the Knutsford Express is one of the more popular express carriage suppliers. Mm-hmm. Now, commercial carriers, we also license them, and the commercial carriers units are either private carriers or public carriers. And these are the units that are used to transport goods and services to the nation. So, for example, the entities that transport biscuits or food items or drinks, they need, green plate. That's what you call them, green plate.
Yes.
Like operators, right?
We also
CC
license
plates, them. Right. So you can be licensed as an operator who uses the vehicle for your own business, or you can be licensed as a public carrier, in which case you're transporting goods for somebody else at a cost, right? So those are the categories of licenses that we offer. Now, you asked an important question at the beginning. What is the Transport Authority doing for the sector? The Transport Authority's role in relation to this sector is to establish the rules for the sector and to provide the mechanisms to monitor and ensure that these rules are being followed. But many people see the Transport Authority in another way. It sees the Transport Authority as an entity that is supposed to be developing things. But our role is really to set rules and to monitor that the rules that are set are adhered to. So many people see that kind of role in a negative way, but it's really a checks and balance system. You understand what I'm saying, Mr. Tavares?
Yes. I have a question here for you. Are you there?
I'm here.
Yes. A taxi driver told me about it. Told me that, I should ask you this question rather. Sorry for I was just distracted a while ago. I do apologize about that. He asked me to ask you this question. Why should outstanding tickets stop an operator from getting a badge or, their badge or their uniform and, they're unable to work because they don't have that?
Okay, so the outstanding tickets won't affect your uniform because the uniform is established by law as, what the person is supposed to wear. So the uniform for public passenger vehicles is in the main dark blue or black pants. Mm-hmm. If it can be jeans, but it has to be dark blue plain jeans, right? Mm-hmm. And then for the taxis, there are different types of taxis. So for the Hackney carriage, it would be a plain white, yellow or blue polo or Oxford type shirt. Mm-hmm. And for the route taxis, they have their logos engraved or, embroidered on the uniform, and they have different colors depending on the association.
Hold on, sorry to butt in. So when you said like the association, I mean like JATU and all those things. That's what you meant?
Well, JATU is a lobby group.
Oh, it's a lobby group. Okay, yes.
Right. But when I refer associations, I'm talking about like the route taxi associations.
Okay.
We have about a 40 or 43 of them island-wide. And they have established uniforms for their operators. Mm-hmm. And these uniforms are gazetted, published in law. So therefore, it tells you specifically. For example, the St. Catherine Taxi Association, their uniform that's gazetted is a short sleeve and long sleeve pink, white, khaki, gray, and blue cotton polyester Oxford type shirts, and it's affixed with the logo. So different associations have a different uniform. Also, some companies operate public passenger vehicles and they may have a uniform. They would submit that to us for us to consider and approve, and then we get it published in the Gazette. Mm-hmm. So the uniforms, outstanding traffic tickets would not affect your uniforms, right? Mm-hmm. So persons who are operating in this sector, they need to, of course, get their uniforms purchased and wear their uniforms. So of course, that's for uniformity. You don't want to see an operator in slippers and dirty pants or crushed shirt. Sometimes they keep the shirts in the trunk, right? Mm-hmm. We want them to have a professional attire. Right. As it relates to the badges, now, that is where I think sometimes the operators have a little challenge completing the process, and that's because of the requirements for the badges. Mm-hmm. Now, one may ask, why are the drivers asked to wear badges or to acquire the badges? And I just want to share the rules and guidelines relating to this. Under Section 124, 125, 126, and 127 of the Road Traffic Regulations, and Section 22 of the Road Traffic Taxis and Contract Cars Regulations, the wearing of badges is a requirement. So drivers have to ensure that they get their badges and use them. Now, in order to apply for a badge at the Transport Authority, you must be 21 years and over, able to read and write, and the applicants must submit a recommendation. The recommendation can be from the president of their taxi association or justice of the peace. Mm-hmm. They need to provide proof of address. We always ask for the police record, and I'm going to tell you why we ask for the police record. Mm-hmm. A copy of the driver's license on both sides and a copy of the TRN, right? So for that, we ask for the police record because we have found that many of the persons who want to operate public passenger vehicles may have a criminal record. And having a criminal record is not, something that will necessarily restrict you totally, but it depends on the record. It depends on what has transpired. Because at the end of the day, we also want to ensure that the operators that we put in the system are persons who can safely transport the passengers. So we also check on the traffic tickets, which is the meat of the matter. That was what the person was asking you about, right, Mr. Tavares?
Yes, and before you go there, Miss Williams, I see where somebody is saying to us also, why is it that tickets not yet due for payment at the tax office is viewed by the Transport Authority as outstanding?
All right, so the tickets, whether not yet paid or paid, I think what we use is a system from the police, right? There's a ticket management system, TTMS, and we have to rely on TTMS to give us the information because, the Transport Authority doesn't keep its own record of traffic tickets. So I believe that what may happen in those instances is that it is reflecting in TTMS when we do the checks. And so that is why it is used. I could have us look at that system some more to see what flexibility can be had in that scenario, but I'm not sure how much flexibility we have because we are relying on TTMS to tell us. So it depends on how that information is reflected when we go into TTMS to check the traffic tickets.
Right.
But you know why we use traffic tickets, right?
Yes.
What we found, we never used to insist on checking the traffic tickets, but about 3 or 4 years ago, we recognized that you had operators who had 500 outstanding traffic tickets, 300 outstanding traffic tickets. Some of these were for reckless driving and some offenses that would put the lives of the passengers at risk. So we as the authority, that's our role, is to put in place systems to protect the commuters and ensure the integrity of the public transportation system. What is happening, though, is that some persons I know have been complaining that the badges take a while. And I agree, it does take a little while, and the authority is aware of it, and we're looking into that situation. What we have done recently in April, we have begun to issue a temporary badge to persons who have fulfilled all the requirements except the completion of the driver training program. Because what we had found is that some of the persons had applied for the badge, but they had not yet done the training. And we used to have a training program delivered by Heart Trust NTA. But with the COVID situation, the face-to-face classes and so on were reduced. So we're not able to have the same capacity. And in the meantime, we were also developing an application that could be done right at the comfort of your home or on the taxi stand. And that is not yet ready, but we expect to roll it out shortly.
But before you go, Miss Williams, I know it's not ready, but can you elaborate a little bit more on it?
Sure. So the PPV driver and conductor training program is being developed by a company called EduFocal. Now, EduFocal has been very instrumental in developing training for GSAT students and PEP students. I hope I get it right because, these test exams change.
change from our days.
Yes, from common entrance, right? Yes. So what they use is a thing called gamification, which is where you utilize different types of learning strategies. We found that when we put the operators in a classroom setting, it's a little intimidating for some of them, having left school in a long time and haven't been in any formal training session.
Right.
So as the authority, and we consulted with some of the operators, we named Quota and NATO and JATU, and they said, well, yes, they support us doing an application that you could use on your phone. From the comfort of your home, on the taxi stand, wherever you are, you log on to this website and then you go into the training program. Now, the training program is similar to the content that we currently deliver. Part of it is customer service training. We also do a little conflict management, the roles and functions of the TA, the roles and functions of the Road Traffic, the Road Traffic Act, the Transport Authority Act, and we do conflict resolution and some defensive driving training, right? So it's 3 different modules, and we are far advanced. Module 1 is complete, and so we should be able to roll that out soon. Module 1 has to do with customer service. And let me tell you, Mr. Tavares, this is an era in public transportation that needs some work.
Indeed, because I can tell you, very few taxi drivers, and I'm not bashing in the taxi drivers, get me wrong here, I'm not bashing anyone. Very few of them know how to speak to the commuting public. Because I remember one day I took one from Roots FM here, and on my way up to halfway tree, I said to him, sir, can you take your time drive with me? the man, somebody must come out and car and take out my fat, whatever, whatever. And I look at him, and I said to him, say, you know what? I'll come out of your vehicle. And him start, come out of me, whatever. Anyway, let's go back to what you were saying. Because some of them don't have no respect.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it's just, we need exposure to different things and to understand how to operate. Because when you go to other countries and you use public transportation, people see it as a service that they're selling to you. Yes. And so they provide a service to you. The driver is pleasant, good morning, opens the door. There's a level of courtesy and helpfulness that comes with that, because for them, it is a service that you're paying for and you ought to receive a particular benefit or a particular standard of benefit. What we have here in Jamaica is that we don't have those standards established, and that is where we want to go. We want to say our Jamaican public transport operators provide excellent customer service. We're not talking about where they are now. We are talking about where we want to go. That's where we want to go. We know every operator, we need some work in that area. And I think that when operators begin to provide that level of service, the whole issue of fare increases won't be so difficult for people to consider, because you're getting the service and you know you need the service, and because it's so beneficial to you, even when it may be a stretch to afford it, you may say, you know what, government, let's see how best we can get a fare increase to the operators. And I think that operators have to start to consider, what kind of service am I giving to the person who enters my car? Am I going to transport them safely? Is my car clean? Am I respectful to the passengers? Do I follow the COVID-19 protocols? Do I ensure I sanitize? What are the things that I'm going to provide as a service that the commuter is paying me for? Because when we go into Burger King or KFC or any other service delivery chain, we are expecting the customer service from the person dealing with us, aren't we?
Yes.
So why shouldn't we expect it from our operators?
True. And another thing again, Miss Williams, I like when you touch on the whole sanitizing of the taxis and so forth. But a lot of taxi drivers will say to us, they can't afford to sanitize their vehicle because it costs X, Q, Y, Z. So tell me now, as a transport authority, what can you say to them in the sense of how can you help them to maybe get the necessary stuff to sanitize, or if the transport authority can get them at a reduced price and then maybe sell it back to them, I don't know, or organize something with a company.
Well, the thing is this, that the Transport Authority and the Ministry of Transport and Mining, at the onset of the COVID-19 virus, we sponsored sanitization of a number of units across the island. However, you know that it may not be feasible for us to maintain that kind of program, and it isn't, because one, the authority has to work with a budget, and the resources are limited also that we have. Remember, the Transport Authority does not get subventions from the government, so we are what you call a self-financed entity. What we would like to see our operators doing, and I know our managing director, Mr. Hilton, has been very, very resolute about this, is that the associations and the lobby groups are the best place for these kinds of discounts to be had, because they represent a conglomerate of operators. They represent sometimes 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 operators. That is purchasing power. So they have the ability to approach entities, because sanitation doesn't have to be expensive if you know how to get the right prices and to buy it in bulk.
Right.
So I'm saying what we want to do at the authorities, provide the resources in terms of training, capacity building to help the associations be better empowered to get these resources for their members. So that is where we are able to go. We wouldn't be able to maintain sanitization of the units, but we can help the operators to approach the relevant bodies, help them with the lobbying, help them with the marketing. We have committed to providing that kind of support for them. So what I would love to see coming to us at the authority are some proposals from these taxi associations and lobby groups.
So what you're saying? What you're saying is that you want Mr. Newman from his organization, Mr. Stiles and Mr. Barton from Jatu, to come on board and say to the Transport Authority, okay, we can get these things, and our taxi operators can come to us for it at a reduced price. That's what you're saying?
Yes, we are saying, why not come together as all the associations and lobby groups? Because we have some 25,000 operators across the island. Sit at the table and let's call in some of the suppliers and let's negotiate with them to get a reduced rate. Because when you do it, that's when you buy it in bulk. The unit cost is less and it becomes more affordable. So what we are saying at the authority, any technical support you need to get these people at the table and to get the bargaining done. If you want a little help in terms of a lawyer to get the contracts done up, or you want help in terms of, marketing your thing, we will provide that type of support. So we want to empower the associations to deliver some of these services to their members, because let's put things into perspective. If I were to join a professional association, that is basically how the professional associations work. If I'm a part of the Communication Association of Jamaica, then I get training, I get empowerment, I get access to certain things, and I may get discounts on certain things. So we believe that we have an opportunity that is untapped by these associations. And we at the authority, we stand ready to provide the technical support they need to empower them to start the ball rolling. And we're waiting on those kinds of proposals to come to us. We believe that when we start doing things that way, Mr. Tavares, that we are on our way to improving public transportation in Jamaica. And then when the operators start to operate as a business people, the respect for them in the populace, the way they operate the units, when they travel safely and they take care of children and they take care of the elderly.
Yes.
And many of them are doing it now, but it's lost on us because we see the ones who do the wrong thing more often.
Miss Williams, sorry about this. We have to take a commercial break. We'll be right back on Make We Talk. We're talking to Miss Petra-Kene Williams from the Transport Authority, Communication Director. We'll be right back.
It's massive. Wagwan, Jamaica.
Join me, yours truly, Jeffrey Tavares, this and every Tuesday from 10 a.m. until 12 noon for Make We Talk. The hour between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. is brought to you by the Transport Authority. We will be discussing issues affecting the transport sector and the wider Jamaica. And the hour between 11 a.m. and 12 noon, we will be discussing the topical issues affecting the community and the wider Jamaica. That's Make We Talk on Roots 96.1 FM.
The next person in line, your friend at school or your co-worker, may have COVID-19 and not know because they have no symptoms. You, on the other hand, could be hospitalized for 2 months or more if you become infected. Is it worth it? Stay socially connected, but keep the physical distance. Stay 6 feet away and avoid a hospital stay. COVID-19 is not over. Protect yourself while protecting others. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Become the hero on the scene by taking the COVID vaccine. Get vaccinated as soon as you get all the facts. Don't listen to the rumors. This vaccine might just make it possible for teachers to sit face to face with schoolers. This vaccine make it safer for everybody, from the young to the elderly. Don't you want to go back to living normally when things were more orderly? And if you want to live a long good life, then we all have to do what's right. So let's get vaccinated along with the heroes on the front line.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Every Thursday on Roots FM 96.1.
The show will start 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Students, teachers, and parents will be on the show.
Well, no one should miss the show. They will give out prizes every week.
Prizes! Prizes! We love prizes!
It's the Math Club Radio Show every Thursday on Roots FM 96.1.
Good morning. Welcome back to Make We Talk here on Roots 6.1 FM. Wherever you're listening from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean. We're talking to Miss Petra-Kene Williams, Communication Director of the Transport Authority. If you want to call in, you can call 876-372-8446. That's 876-372-8446. And it's Miss Petra-Kene. Miss Petra-Kene Williams. I do apologize about that, ma'am. I do apologize. Welcome
That's
back.
fine, Petra-Kene.
Yes, welcome. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Miss Williams.
Yes, Mr. Tavares.
You
I'm
know,
wondering if we had answered that question by the operator who was saying he was having difficulty completing the badge application process.
well, and another thing again, before you go there, I see where, because I end up getting a list of some stuff that they say I should ask you. I should have sent it to you before, but they're saying
That's fine.
they're saying to me that is it that the transport authority is saying to operators pay the tickets and return with proof of payment. Yes,
Well, yes. What we're asking them to is resolve the ticket issue because outstanding tickets suggest that they have violated the laws of the land, particularly as it relates to safety. So we want them to become in compliance with that, and then come back to us with the receipts or whatever to show that the payments have been made so that we can process the badge. Basically, apart from that outstanding tickets, as we said, we have relaxed the training requirements. So we are doing the temporary badges that expire until March 31st, 2022. So, and
I'm having some difficulties hearing Miss
we're doing
Petra-Kene.
Mr. Tavares that the badge.
I'm having some difficulties hearing you.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, I'm saying that because the badge issue is such a challenge for the operators, what we will be doing, and I'm going into a meeting shortly, so I'm happy that they shared their concerns now.
Yes.
What I will do is bring these suggestions to that meeting in relation to the badges,
Right.
and see if we can do some outside interventions in terms of going out into the communities and doing the badge process right in the communities, so that, or at the taxi stands or transportation centers. So whatever questions they have, anything that they're unclear about, they'll have access to the transport authority operatives right there, and we can resolve those issues. Because this badge thing is very important for us at the authority, and we know it is important for the operators also.
Okay. Question: Is it that the PPV uniforms are different from the other uniforms?
Well, when you say PPV, what do you mean? Because PPV represent all public passenger vehicles.
Okay.
So,
What I'm saying, the uniform that you're talking about is for everybody generally or across the board.
okay, it's for different categories of licensees. That's why I mentioned the Hackney carriages and the company. Okay, and apart from the Hackney carriages, the companies and the route taxis that would wear the Oxford type shirt or polo shirts with the jeans, dark blue jeans or dark blue pants. You have the stage carriage operators, those are the bus operators.
Yes.
And the conductors, they wear different uniform. They wear blue and gray. So the drivers wear the blue uniform and the conductors wear gray uniform. So there's a difference in the uniforms across the sector. So different categories of licensees wear different types of uniforms. When you go into the tourism sector, you may see some other uniforms popping up. But our challenge is not whether or not you wear a uniform that's consistently the same across the board, because we know that different companies, different businesses provide a different service. They may have a brand. Mm-hmm. What we ask is that those uniforms are approved by the Transport Authority and placed in the Gazette, so that if you are prosecuted wrongfully, then the evidence of what is approved is right there for you to reference. Okay?
Okay, so you're saying to me the appropriate uniforms that they're supposed to wear, the appropriate colors rather, is some in gray and some in blue.
That's for the bus drivers. For the hackney carriages, which I think may be the challenge, they want to know what is their uniform. It's blue, white, or yellow Oxford type shirts or polo shirts. And they're to wear that with a dark blue or black plain pants. So plain jeans, plain pants, and that's what is supposed to be worn. If there are any challenges, in terms of them having issues with prosecutions, they should bring that to the attention of the authority so that we can resolve those issues. So I know, for example, some people may say, but I'm being prosecuted for a yellow polo shirt and you said yellow is correct. If that happens to you and there's some misunderstanding, let us know and let us investigate that and have it sorted out. That's the way we want to go. We want, where you have challenges, you reach out to the authority and let us respond. We have a WhatsApp line, Mr. Tavares, and I just want to share the number.
Go ahead.
So persons can WhatsApp us. It's 551-8196. Let me repeat, 551-8196. So please send us our WhatsApp to our TA WhatsApp and account, and we will respond. If you believe that you are prosecuted for uniform and you are wearing the right uniform, or if you want to, have us to clarify something, of course, once you're prosecuted, you will have to go before the courts. But nevertheless, whatever the challenge is, let us hear and let us see how we can look at it and see what is the right way or what is the way we should go.
Another thing again, Ms. Williams, I don't know if this question is for you or for the police department. When taxi operators get their vehicle towed away to the pound, they have to pay an absorbent amount of record fee, then go back to Transport Authority and pay something else again. Is that so?
Okay, so the fees for the seizure of vehicles relates to storage fees and record fees. So you would pay a record fee in order to have the vehicle, because usually when a vehicle is seized, it is placed on a record. And so you would end up paying the record fees, and that is a fee for the record company. You would also have to pay the storage fees depending on how long your vehicle is impounded. There is a first day rate and then a daily rate thereafter, depending on the type of vehicle that is impounded. So that is a standard fee, and that is how it's constructed.
So does the Transport Authority has its own record, or they have to call somebody who owns a record service?
We have a record too, I believe, but usually we would have to call a record service. And for the record fees, the Transport Authority has approved record fees. These fees are as follows. For tow rates within 5 kilometer radius, $8,000. For motor cars, coastal buses and highest buses, $15,000. Over 5 kilometer radius, the motor car is $400 per kilometer, and coastal buses, $400 per kilometer. If there's no key towing, it's $3,000 for the motor cars, and coastal buses or highest buses, $3,000. Our storage fees are standardized. For motor cars, the first day is $5,000 and $1,000 for each day thereafter.
That is each additional days.
Yes, so
okay.
$5,000 for the first day and $1,000 for each additional day. And then for the buses and the trucks, $5,500 for the first day and $1,250 for each day thereafter.
Ms. Williams, before you go to the next thing, ma'am, can you repeat what you just said a little bit slower for operators who are listening up and maybe have the challenge of being overcharged by some wrecking service or something else? Because some people have some record out there, who stopping people and put it on their own record,
Right. But recall that these fees that I'm giving you, the record fees I am giving, are the approved rates for the Transport Authority matters. So if the Transport Authority is doing an operation and your vehicle is seized, these are the rates you are to pay. So let me repeat, for motor cars within 5 kilometer radius, it's $8,000. And for the coasters and highest buses, it's $15,000. For once it's outside of a 5 kilometer radius, it's $400 per kilometer for both the coastal buses and the highest buses.
Mm-hmm.
So persons can always call us if they have some discrepancy. I've intervened in a number of cases where, there seem to have been some unfair treatment in terms of the record fees. But let us know. Let our managers, our regional managers know, and they will also look into it for you.
Mm-hmm. I see we're in a gentleman who you know very well from a certain taxi organization is asking a question. What if the person is not guilty and wishes to challenge the case? In other words, if they get a ticket and they're not guilty, and when it comes on to the uniform and so forth, or the tickets and so forth, what is it?
Okay, so the Transport Authority does not issue tickets for uniform for any offenses. Right now, whenever we prosecute, you'll have to go to the court. So if you're innocent, then you would go to court and take along whatever evidence you have, whether it is a witness or something or someone who can verify what your evidence is, right? So it is really a matter for the courts to decide, or officer, the person who have seized the vehicle, would also have to present a case file to the court in respect of what they had observed. And there's something called the ingredients for a prosecution. You have to observe certain things. You have to have a particular number of things happening at once. And incidentally, if you're a licensed public transport operator, the authorities does not seize you immediately, because what we try to do is to build relations with these individuals. We may prosecute the person, and we also encourage them to get the thing done properly. Our seizures are mainly for illegal operators. That's persons who we suspect to be operating public passenger vehicles without the requisite licenses. So persons who have valid road licenses and may commit an offense or so, we will prosecute. We may warn first and then we will prosecute, but we do not seize their vehicles, because the minister has always said that the vehicle is your tool of trade. And so whatever other sanctions can be applied, those should be applied first and foremost. Where the authority seizes vehicles now is in relation to persons who are not licensed but providing the service.
Apparently, what Mr. Styles from Jatu was asking, it is regarding to the badges.
Okay. So if they're prosecuted and they don't believe that they should have been prosecuted for the badge, then they would have to go to court also. They can also place a complaint with the Transport Authority if they believe that the treatment was in breach of our policies and procedures. We will investigate. My department will investigate that matter. I think Mr. Stiles has referenced a number of matters to me, and I tried to investigate and give him feedback. So I'm sure that he will admit that when he does refer the matters to us, we do look at them. Not in all instances will they, get what they believe. They may not be able to prove that they were innocent in the case. But provide your evidence and let's talk about it. But of course, once a prosecution is done, that matter will go before the court. That is not something that I can intervene in necessarily unless we have strong evidence to suggest that something was not done properly.
I don't know if this question is for you, but it just came to my head a while ago. There is a new Road Traffic Act that I think is going to be presented in Parliament. Are you aware of anything like that, ma'am?
Well, the new Road Traffic Act, I think that was passed already. Okay. What is being considered now are the regulations. So the law is supported by the regulations. And so the law would provide like some general guidelines or general rules in terms of what is to be done. but some of the specifics would have to be written out in the regulations. So that is, I think, is what is being considered. But let me tell you what is also on the plate or on the table. The Transport Authority Act is being reviewed. We are now substantially complete with those reviews. What has happened is with the passage of the Road Traffic Act, they have removed all the matters relating to public land transportation, monitoring and regulating to the Transport Authority Act. So, of course, we would have to update our act to reflect those changes and also to be responsive and proactive in terms of how we, put in the guidelines and laws and systems for public transportation. And a lot of new things are happening. We hear about ride share, you hear about the use of technology monitoring. You hear a lot of things coming out. And so we want to be proactive as an authority in terms of setting guidelines and rules to ensure the safety of the commuting public and even the protection of our operators, because many of them come under attack, Mr. Tavares.
Indeed.
You may not hear the stories. I've heard a few of them, and sometimes they are really terrible stories of how persons attack or, plot and do things to harm those persons who provide public transportation. So even that matter of their own protection and safety, we are considering in the Transport Authority Act.
Before, Ms. Williams, there is a new thing out where the Transport Authority, along with the JUTC, going to join some collaboration in the sense of taxi drivers going to use the transportation center. Can you elaborate more than that for us?
Okay, what I can say is that the Transport Authority is now in charge of the Half-a-Tree Transportation Center. We got the Half-a-Tree Transportation Center about a year and a half or so ago, so it has been a while. And what we at the authority we're looking to do is to change the way we do transportation in Half-a-Tree. Half-a-Tree is a hub. It's a busy place. And when you go to Half-a-Tree, a lot of the congestion that you experience is because of how the public transportation facilities are laid out. They are scattered, they are splintered. And so you have buses going one place, taxis going one place. And so you don't have what is called interchange or, an area, a collective area where you have the buses coming in and you're able to get the taxi going out or another. You take a corporate bus, a JUTC bus, and then you are able to board a rural bus to go to Spanish Town or something of that nature. So what we're trying to do in this new move is to modernize the operations of the Half-a-Tree Transportation Center. When you travel overseas, one of the things that you're able to do a lot is connect. So when you go into a transportation facility, you go to the train station, maybe downstairs, you can come up and you can connect to a bus, taking you somewhere else. We are trying to pull that in to what we do at the Half-a-Tree Transportation Center. We are going to be in meetings shortly. We are planning some stakeholder meetings with the operators of all the units that will be affected in terms of bringing in some of the units into the transportation center. So what I want the operators to be mindful of is that those meetings are coming up. We want them to come to the meetings, share their ideas. Let's hear from them. What we want to do is modernize public transportation in Jamaica. I believe when you go into the transportation center in Half-a-Tree, you should be able to know exactly when the next bus is coming. You should have a sign that says, the next bus arrives for Spanish Town in 10 minutes. You hear a recording as if you are in the airport and you hear when the next bus is coming.
When the next plane is coming, yes.
Yes, the plane, is coming. So that's where we want to move the system to have wayfinding, to have connectivity in the public transportation sector, and to take a lot of the units off the roadway, off the main thoroughfare and into a centralized area where things are coordinated and monitored and there's a flow and people can operate and use public transportation in a useful way. So when a stranger comes, a tourist is here, they don't need to be searching and going on only a charter taxi. They can use the public transportation system. They can connect with a JUTC bus, or they can connect with a rural stage carriage bus, or they can connect with a hackney carriage to take them to their hotel. That's what we want to see. So we are asking the operators, once we start issuing those flyers with the dates, come on out, If it's on Zoom, join us on Zoom, because we know you're meeting on Zoom. Everybody is getting there in terms of the technology.
Yes.
So we want to see them and we want to hear from them and we want to use their feedback to improve the system.
But Ms. Williams, the question I want to ask here now. You want to bring them under one umbrella within the transportation center. You know how unruly Jamaicans are. How that's that going to happen? I'm not being negative here. But you know how unruly we are, because you have taxis that goes from Halfway Tree to Boulevard to Duane Park and so forth, and you have taxis from Halfway Tree that goes from there to Barbican and Waterloo. How can you get them in there? And another thing again, Jamaicans, the commuters, are used to just go to the area, then just get a taxi and go. Do you think you're gonna get everybody inside inside that area?
Well, we know that all operators of public passenger vehicles won't be able to hold in the transportation center. But what we want to do is organize the center to be an effective place for connecting with public transportation. So those routes that can connect in there, then we place them there. So we're trying to put in a logical organization of the system. So some of the other transportation spots, for example, Spencer James and some of the other areas will still be utilized. But what we want to do is organize it some more. I'm a little different from it, Mr. Tavares. I see and I believe that within the Jamaican populace is a strength and a perseverance and a willingness and ability to change. And I think what we want to do is tap into that. And I believe that most of the operators that provide public transportation are decent citizens of Jamaica who want to see a good system. What we tend to see a lot of are the few who are doing the wrong thing. So I believe that when we are able to talk to these persons and when we're able to share where we're going and when they share their opinions and we tweak the system and we work at it as a team, then we'll be improving public transportation in Halfway Tree and reducing the congestion and reducing the mayhem. And then what we want to see at the Transport Authority is a place at the Halfway Tree Transportation Center where people can connect to get good services, to access things. So you don't spend half an hour at Halfway Tree trying to navigate traffic, and so you're unable to do your business. You're able to have a smooth flow. You can go and do your business. You can go and connect with business places, with schools, whatever facilities you need to access. And that is where we're going as a Transport Authority.
One final question before you go. If operators maintain approved uniform, general standard, can they add or mix other colors on weekends or on holidays?
Those colors would have to be approved. So what I'm suggesting is if the operators are not part of an association, they would have to stick to the blue, white, and yellow shirts. If they are members of an association, they can always write to the authority to get the approval, and we will communicate in writing once an approval is granted.
Ms. Williams, tell me, what does the Transport Authority have in mind for public transportation in Halfway Tree and across the length and breadth of Jamaica? What's the word I'm looking for? What's
our vision?
Right. What's your vision?
Okay, so for the Transport Authority we want to see a public transportation system that is effective and efficient, and that is facilitating a people-centered, safe, orderly, and reliable transportation for persons. So for us, it's really about creating systems that are people-centered and that are safe and orderly. And we believe if we can get that happening, then our public transportation system will be a reflection of us as Jamaicans, of our perseverance and of the good things about Jamaica. You know that invariably it is said internationally that if you want to understand what's happening in a country and in a society and in a nation, look at their public transportation system.
Yes.
When I look at our public transportation system, I don't see who we are as a nation and as a people. I see a lot of disorder. I see a lot of people trying to basically just, make a money without concern for the people who provide the funds for this service. So what we want is a public transportation system that is people-centered, where when I take a public transportation unit, I get a certain level of service delivery. The operator is pleasant, he's clean, the unit is clean, I'm transported safely and efficiently, and I pay for that service. We want a customer-centric public transportation system, a system that is looking to provide service for people and not just about making a money. That's not where we are. We want to improve the sector. And the only way we can improve the sector, we believe, is when we start to focus on the people for whom we are providing the service.
Thank you, Miss Petra-Kene Williams, Communication Director of the Transport Authority, here on Roots 96.1 FM, Make We Talk. Thank you until next week when I join you again, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, and see you next week.
Thank you so much. What a robust discussion here on Roots 96.1 FM. Miss Petra-Kene Williams, Communication Director of the Transport Authority. I hope the taxi drivers and bus operators out there will really, the questions that she answers, I hope it be beneficial to them. Until next week when you join me here again for another robust discussion with Miss Petra-Kene Williams, the program Make We Talk starts right now. Wherever you listen from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean, this is Roots 96.1 FM. I think I should take a commercial break, but I don't know. Let's continue here. The road from Laverne's Tavern to Rose Hall in St. Andrew, it is in a deplorable condition. There is no water up that area. And when the water do come, it comes in the night. So I'm going to I'm going to see if I can get in contact with Mr. John Myers, the counselor for that division. We're going to take a commercial break here on Roots 96.1 FM. We will be right back on Make We Talk.
The next person in line, your friend at school or your coworker, may have COVID-19 and not know because they have no symptoms. You, on the other hand, could be hospitalized for 2 months or more if you become infected. Is it worth it? Stay socially connected, but keep the physical distance. Stay 6 feet away and avoid a hospital stay. COVID-19 is not over. Protect yourself while protecting others. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Get the real inner city community news and be informed. You can do all that and more on City Beat, Monday to Friday at 12:45 p.m. on Roots 96.1 FM. City Beat puts you in the know and keeps you rocking in the world of knowledge. So let City Beat catch you on Roots 96.1 FM, Monday to Friday at 12:45 for City Beat. City Beat is the pulse of the city, so don't miss it. Monday to Friday at 12:45 p.m. on Roots 96.1 FM.
Yes! It's the Math Club Radio Show every Thursday on Roots FM 96.1.
The show will start 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Students, teachers, and parents will be on the show.
Well, no one should miss the show. They will give out prizes every week.
Prizes! Prizes! We love prizes!
It's the Math Club Radio Show every Thursday on Roots FM 96.1.
welcome back. Welcome back to Make We Talk here on Roots 96.1 FM. I have Mr. John Myers, Councillor of the Lawrence Taverns Division. Mr. Myers?
How are you doing, sir?
I am very good, Mr. Myers.
Yes,
how are you doing?
not too bad, not too good, but giving God thanks and praises.
Welcome
and
to my...
the people of Lions Tavern for electing me to serve them.
Yes, welcome to my program. I was trying to get you from Wappy Philip.
Well, I'm here,
Yes.
but I'm mostly in the hills. I called you back when somebody said that somebody was saying something about a road,
Yes.
Castle Road, and some other road in the division.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't get on. I didn't get back.
Oh, you didn't get on?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I traveled your division a couple of Sundays ago. I decided to drive up there.
Yes, sir.
And when I drove up there, what is the condition of the road is atrocious.
Depends on which one you drive on, sir.
I drove you're asking the wrong person now. What is the road name again?
Okay, my division. Let me tell you where my division started from.
Mm-hmm.
My division is one of the biggest divisions in Jamaica. It borders Stonehill, borders St. Mary, two places.
Uh-huh.
It borders Red Hill Division, and it borders Chancery Hall. Right to Cavaliers, Content, back around. It's one of the biggest divisions in Jamaica. Mm. My division have the most protocol road in Jamaica. And I've done my best, and I do what I can do with the funding that I get. And that's what keep me there so long. So the division now starts from Clark Hill, the left-hand side of Clark Hill, up to Pinto, come to Temple Hall gas station, turn left at Temple Hall gas station. The left-hand side of that division go right to King Western, pass Oberlin. The left-hand side is Lions Tavern. The right-hand side is Brandon Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you leave there now, you go to Montcharles and you border St. Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Then you border St. Catherine at the bridge. Then you go back to Lacey, where I border Red Hill Division, and back to Stone Hill Division. So it's one of the biggest divisions.
So you have Rosal Division. You're part of Rosal Division.
I'm part of Rosal, and I just spent over $8 million on a road around there.
$8 million? So the road from Lawrence Tavern to Rose Hall. That's the road I'm talking. That's the
National Work Agency. No, I know the road you're talking about. That's National Work Agency road. Council really don't have any say in how the money we only represent, but we can dictate to the National Work Agency for funding. What the Parish Council lock off and what the council lock off is funding. My main goal is not the main road. My member of parliament is working hard, because I think some $160 million he took to spend from Temple Hall to border. I don't know what is holding it up, and to Glengarth. But I really can't fix the main road as a councillor.
So the main road, Lawrence Tavern to Rose Hall, that's the main road.
That's the main road back to the border of St. Catherine.
Right, and that road is supposed to be fixed by NWA.
National Work Agency, yes. It comes under the ministry.
So that means
local government.
That means I have to reach out to Mr. Stephen Shaw.
Yes.
Okay.
And me and the member of parliament, we make representation until retired. And we are doing here and there. Right now they're having some work done in King Western. That's a part of my division also. Going to Mount Chapel, which are a part of Brandon Hill Division. But the division roads, they call it that the Parish Council responsible for, which the Parish Council don't have the money to fix all of those roads. I have the most Parish Council road in Jamaica, and most of them are linked road to the main road. And if I can send you a list of the road, send you what I have done over the past couple of years, I'm there, doing the best I can. Without sometimes I have to save up the money, because we only get one money at KSAC called the DAS.
And how much money is that, sir?
It's about $3.5-4 million.
So what
Per
on
year.
earth 3.5 4 million I can do per road?
That's what I tell you. So we don't have a funding. And
What?
this is one councillor. Don't fear. I work for the people. And because the people put me there, so I always speak up.
Mr. Myers.
My problem in there, is the water and the road. That's my main problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working on it so hard. We have 2 projects supposed to kick off anytime now for water.
Mm-hmm.
We have some roads that we're looking at. The Doncaster Road, I've just asked them to, they're doing a petition now to petition for the Doncaster Road. They're doing one for Mahoney Road. They're doing one for Red Ground. I do all kind of things, but the funding is not there. And I always call on them for special funding for Paris County Road, especially rural area. And they can quote me on that. Normally when I speak, sometimes I get into trouble. But I don't care because the people vote for me.
Right, you're representing the people. So who want Bex, who want please?
Yes, that's all right. And that's why it costs me to win all the time.
Yes.
Majority.
What I'm going to ask you something now. It was brought to my attention this morning that when Rose Hall have been having water problem from Sister Tem was a girl.
Yes, that's
You
true.
don't know who named Sister Tem, but me know who named Sister Tem. And when the water come at Rose Hall couple days now, it comes in the night.
Well, the problem that we have there, and I have as a councillor, and I speak to the water commissioner about it, that the people who are distributing the water, who are turning on the water, is not really working for the people of Lawrence Tavern. They're working against me.
In other words, are paying people them.
Yes, politically, and everything I do, they never do. It's the biggest racket I ever see, and you can quote me on that in that area. Sometimes the water up the road or so, and it can't go down the road. So sometimes the water over there, and I write till I'm tired, and I can't write no more. Right now, I just done a letter. When I enter Lawrence Tavern, because I come just from St. Mary there, and I find a little queen over Lawrence Tavern and settle there. But what I'm saying,
oh Lord,
the whole thing is from Mount Charles Square to Bord and Paisley, never see water pipe over 100 years. And I'm trying my best now to use some of my little funding that I have next month to buy the pipe them myself and get the National Work Agency to join with me. I'm a member of Parliament to run the pipe for the people.
And your member of Parliament is who?
Juliet Cuthbert, man. It's a work hard.
So let me ask a question, Minister Myers, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Councillor Myers.
Yes, well, if you said Minister Myers in the church.
Let me ask a question. So you're saying to me, you as a councillor and Miss Cuthbert as a member of Parliament can't do something better for the people in the sense of there is a tank. I think it's on Rose Hall Road there. Somebody was telling me that there was a baby, from a child, they used to go there and collect water. There's a stream right there.
Mother Spring.
Right.
We try it out several times, and the citizens do some cleaning up there. But it don't work. The water will be there for some time, and then it's gone again because you have to catch it for a couple of times. But we clean it up with all kind of something there. But what I'm telling you now about the Lawrence Tavern water supply, the National Work Agency is giving me a warm time because I find 2 sources. Those water never dry. Never dry. It can supply the whole of Lawrence Tavern and even going to Redditch Division. And I don't know, for some reason, they don't want to join with the KCC to give the permission to pump the water from there. The little pump that we have at Petel can't survive. It was when Miss Terry and Miss Jane and Miss Ivy and Mr. Ivy lived there.
Sister Tem was there.
Right. Those little places used to run. But they're not doing a major development in Lawrence Tavern. I don't know for a reason. It's taking 3 years now, and I'm depending on the mayor. And the mayor, Delroy Williams, is working on something through the Paris Country to start the water project soon. And we have a big development.
You know something? I remember, when Robert Pickens-Gill was Minister of Water back in the Patterson administration, and they allocated too much billions of dollars. And they said water will be in Jamaica, all over Jamaica.
I remember those speech.
And everybody start jump up. And you're telling me until this blessed day, Jamaica is well renowned all over the world as land of wood and water. And there's no water in that area.
Let me tell you something.
Successful government has won elections in this country. And the people of Lawrence Tavern and Rose Hall don't have water. Sister Temban come up there and Sister Tem don't have water until this blessed day.
Help me ball it out and you have to do more for me. Okay, what I'm saying, there is a source, the Pigeon Valley River.
Nonsense, man.
And there is a source called the Mother Spring.
Mm-hmm.
If those sources develop, the Lions Tavern problem solved. But you see, Water Commission, some of them know, some people at Water Commission is very good enough. They're very good to me. They're helping me out now by getting people to come on the drill. When they go on the drill now, I don't know if they don't develop these water, they're not going to be able to supply all of these people that getting on to the drill and paying them money. Because right now, I'm on a crusade going around with the Water Commission. Thanks to those ladies at the Water Commission to help me to get them to pay up and to put on new meter and to stop to trouble the water by illegal way. But they are willing to come online. But this is why I'm saying now, I need the water from Pigeon Valley River to get into the system. People don't drink those water again, because people buy drinking water. So whether it have anything and nothing going there, we test it, we do everything. But I don't know what is holding up Water Commission for having a meeting and to get the thing going. We went down there 4 times.
You know why? You know why?
MP went down there.
You know why? Councillor Myers, let me kind of interject you here right now. Anybody from about Lawrence Tavern who want to call in, you can call 876-372-8446. That's 876-372-8446. And you have some people in the NWC. When the members of parliament, because some of the members of parliament not living in the constituency at all, but yet they go run and win. Them have showers 24/7 and they can bathe. The people up there don't have no water.
No, well, I tell you that. Sometimes when I go to church, the first thing they not talk about is water. And I go to church almost every Sunday in different churches up there. I know my division by the hand back and I know the people. I create Lawrence Tavern division. And the people them believe in me and trust in me. The member of parliament work with me the best they can.
But she not working enough then, sir. She hold on a minute, Mr. Myers. Hold on a minute, Mr. Myers. You hold on a minute for me now.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a minute for me, sir. She is in a ministerial position, isn't that so?
She just get administration, I think 6 months good.
Mm-hmm.
But she's doing best. Right now I think we're going to improve on the clinic by her. Are we improving by some road by her? The clinic going to improve and the Lions Tavern Square is going to be improved. But those things take a little time based on the funding.
So you as the councillor now, you and the member of parliament work very closely. What sort of development do they have for Lawrence Tavern and Rose Hall when it comes on to people getting jobs? Hope they look like one old deserted town.
No, I wouldn't go that far. What I'm saying about jobs is not so easy to get for people. People have to qualify.
So what are you as a council? What are you putting in place that people who are not qualified can go to evening classes?
What I'm saying, we have all different type of classes, all different type of groups. Right now we form a group, I think the other day, the chairman is Mr. Harvey. We have people from abroad come down and deliver over 60 tablets, led by Councillor Miles, and I invite the MP, and I invite the media, and it was on. So we have development coming for Line 7, which not going to happen overnight. But as long as I'm there as councillor, you will see improvement in that structure. Right now I have TPDCO is going to do a tourism thing in Line 7 Square. Because in my days, we used to have tourists pass through Line 7 and go into Linstead and go back into Ocho. And because of Minister Ed Bartlett, we come to council and ask us what development can be done for Line 7. And in your area, I wrote to Minister Bartlett, and he wrote me back and give me and tell me what I want to do. And I draw up a plan. I can send the plan to you, and it was approved in Parliament, and I think the money is back on the budget for this year, so it's going to spend shortly. So you will see development for Line 7 coming. And also the Minister of Local Government is want to fix up some other things, so we're going to join together and Line 7 will be beautiful as a entrance to Kingston and Kingston.
Gonna be beautiful and people are no water.
My main problem is the water and the road, local government road. And I always tell them that we need that special funding, special money, even to run a lot of my bishop going to kill me when he hear me saying that, to fix rural road and to fix
the why bishop no kill you? The church them, no, I may ask a question. The church the church then do raffle, then raffle a part of gambling.
Yes, the raffle, you know, when you're trying to show and trying to change your ways into a different mode, sometimes you have to be, you know, but I know I speak to my Lord and I speak for myself.
Hallelujah.
But, understand me? I'm a clean person, very clean.
Mm-hmm.
Clean so much that sometimes I fall into, you know, sometimes difficult where I speak the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because without the truth, you are perish. And without a vision, if you don't have vision, you are going to perish. And the Bible tells you so. But Mr.
Myers.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been council up there, sir?
I'm a four-star general, and I'm going for the 5th term and the 6th term as long as the people, because they like me, and I do things for them to like me.
Then hold on now. That means, say, you did a fall when PNP then winning.
I baffled through. No, I was there. That last time I was beaten by 8 votes.
Who?
I stayed there, and from that until now, I turn it into a John Myers division. The Jamaica Labour Party division. But John Myers is the star.
So that is why, because I get named John Myers the 4-star general. That is why when you can't hardly get water like the PNP the sabotage, you know.
Them are sabotage me bad. I'm speak about it. I go right before the Water Commission and tell them that these are the men. Right now you have a tank. You have a tank where the member of parliament billion to investors. So you pump the water to that millions of dollars, pump the water. You're supposed to pump the water from
it is a damn shame. In 21st century Jamaica.
You know when I call about it, they say in another 2 weeks, they're waiting on a patch. So I see a brand new tank.
It is a
big tank. If you go to King West, I would love to take you to another ride to my division.
No problem, whenever you're ready.
No, whenever you're ready, I am ready anytime.
I have your number, so I'll give you a call.
And you can call me anytime you need to find out what is taking place in my division.
Yes, but before you go, it is a shame and disgrace in 21st century Jamaica, and I said it before, that there is no water. And Jamaica has spring and water all through the length and breadth of this country. Successful government and successful government don't give a flying kahuna about the Jamaican people. All they want is vote.
No, man.
But let me tell you something. Hold on, Mr. Myers. My name Tavares. And that's why some of my family don't deal with me. I am neither PNP nor a JLP. I'm a Jamaican. And it's full time that these two political parties in this country step up to the plate and serve the people of this country. Jamaica is well renowned for land of wood and water. And you're saying to me...
What I'm saying, you know, the people of Jamaica and the people of Lion Stubborn, I'm calling on them today, far and near, so help me, speak up, criticize me, I will get more things done in that way. If you sit down and depend on me alone, I only can write, get up, talk up your road. I get curious and what to done, because of the churches, because they do petition and I send them in. Whether they want to congratulate me or not, and tell me, say, because I write the letter. I write the letter to the Prime Minister. I write the letter to the Minister. I write everybody. And,
the Prime Minister respond to you because him now respond to people,
the Prime Minister write me back and tell me. Sometimes I'm not right, but it me know some city action I done. So me know say him have an input. But are the young, good Prime Minister that we have.
Yes, young and vibrant, full of vim and vitality.
Are the best in sliced bread.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for inviting me. I have to go back into the meeting because I'm speaking on a resolution. And anytime you want me, you just touch base with me.
All right then, Mr. Myers. That's Mr. John Myers, councillor for the Lawrence Tavern Division.
Thank you very much. And if anybody calling you want me back, anytime after 12, I will come back to you.
Okay then, sir, I will.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. John Myers, councillor for the Lawrence Tavern Division. If anybody from Lawrence Tavern want to call, or Lawrence Tavern want to call, you can call in. You hear what your councillor just say? In working hard, forget water. Sister Tim, your councillor say working hard, forget water for no. What a thing yesterday with the police, eh? When I saw it, is it that the YouTube thing is frozen? Mr. Brown. Somebody's on? Hello, good morning.
Tavares, how are you doing?
I am very good, sir. How are you doing? Who is this?
Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning, man. About the water in Rosa Lawrence Tavern, man, it's very, very poor, man.
It is. Go ahead, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, go ahead. I'm hearing you now. Apparently we lost internet service here, Owen. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. The water in Lawrence Tavern Rosal is very poor. I don't know if it's a politics thing or what. But sometimes the water, when they send the water 9, 10 o'clock at night when people sleeping. And by 4 o'clock in the morning, the water gone. You know?
So hold on now.
Come on, very poor.
Hold on.
No water.
Hold on here now. You're telling me,
yes, sir,
that maybe water is in the pipe 24/7, but somebody they cut it off.
I wish if it was 24/7.
No. Hold on a minute.
But the water can come 9 o'clock in the night, right? And by 4 o'clock it gone.
So that is why I'm saying to you, maybe water is in the line 24/7, but somebody only get to 9 o'clock at night time.
Politics thing, sir. Politics thing.
Oh Lord have mercy. God help
the point
us
is,
all.
when the point is when these people need vote, they come to you nice, and when they get another seat, is a different thing.
They walk hills and valley to get the vote. They don't take out them boot.
Yes, sir. But when they get in the parliament, it's a different thing. They don't remember the people who vote them in, and they don't know that the people can vote them out back.
You must vote them out. Because
Orlando I collect money on time.
Lord have his mercy.
And not the people them.
Then may I ask a question now, sir? If you say you're getting water at 9 o'clock at night and 4 o'clock you go away, have you all ever tell Mr. Myers this?
Pardon me?
Have you all ever said this to Mr. Myers?
You, of course, we will say it to him.
So what is his response?
But to me, it's like no one cares. To me, it's like, as I say, it is a politics thing. If you're not PNP, nor JLP, you know what I mean, you can't get the water.
Then me never know, say the water, not the water, laverne, savern, red, orange, orange and green.
Boy, I don't know what one, brother, trust me.
May God Almighty.
Listen to me.
Go ahead, sir.
So sometime I leave here and go away for 8 months. Right? And when there's no water, and when I'm overseas and I come back, there's still no water for 8 months. Sometimes when I call, water come in the pipe, no water.
But when
that man.
But when
foolishness.
But when general election call water the 24/7, not true.
That's true, man.
Me the ask you, sir.
Yeah.
When election call, when Andrew put on in clocks,
yes,
and the PNP they put on the orange, water in the pipe 24/7, not true.
No, sir, no water.
Oh.
Same thing, no water. As I tell you, if
so what you vote for?
RPN,
hold on now. I'm asking a question now. Why you know all exercise? Why you not go vote for them? If you don't have road, you don't have water.
Because we want the people to serve with.
But if they're not serving,
the only thing we need from them is water and road. But they're not serve with. Only thing we need from these people is water and road. Nothing else, because they're not got money.
The center cannot hold major anarchy upon the land.
Only thing we need from them, water and road. Water and road. That's all we need from them.
Then if a member of parliament is in the seat for how many years now? I have to take a commercial break. I'll be right back. Don't move. Hold on there. Taking a commercial break here and make we talk. I'll be right back.
Okay, sir.
Become the hero on the scene by taking the COVID vaccine. Get vaccinated as soon as you get all the facts. Don't listen to the rumors. This vaccine might just make it possible for teachers to sit face to face with schoolers. This vaccine make it safer for everybody, from the young to the elderly. Don't you want to go back to living normally when things were more orderly? And if you want to live a long good life, then we all have to do what's right. So let's get vaccinated along with the heroes on the front line.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Healthcare workers are working very hard to ensure lives are saved and people recover quickly from COVID-19. But their work is becoming harder because you're not wearing your mask, washing your hands with soap and water, or using hand sanitizer, and you are not maintaining physical distance. Let's limit the need for hospital beds and ventilators. Do the right thing. Cover your nose and mouth with a mask. Practice good hand hygiene and maintain a physical distance of 6 feet between you and others. COVID-19 is not over. Protect yourself while protecting others. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
10 years, 7 countries, 500 clients. If you want a label and package designer that will take your Jamaican brand to the next level, it can only be Mark. From drinks, sauces, and luxury items to skin, hair, and personal care products, Mark's custom designs will leave your competitors in the dust. Call or WhatsApp 876-313-6951 to leave the right impression on your customers. Logo designs and package offers are also available.
that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
Welcome back to Make We Talk here on Roots 96.1 FM, where we listen from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. The number to call in is 876-372-8446. That's 876-372-8446. Hello, caller, still on the line?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you're saying to me that you have no water up there now, and you don't have no internet service either?
No water, and sometimes the internet go for 3 days, and I come back.
But in the name of Jesus. And hold on now.
Every month, yeah, get this bag of bill.
So what are you doing about it?
The point is, we used to can't call Flo toll free. Now we can't call them again.
Them fly away. Them fly like a bird, gone like a bird.
No, you have to have money on your phone to call Flo. First, I used to could I call them toll free. No, it can't happen again.
All right then, call. I have another call coming in.
Yeah, man, peace and love.
All right, my friend. All the best. My God, the people of Lawrence Tavern is in deep problem. Good morning, caller.
Blessed good morning, Mr. Tawar. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sister Tam. How you doing?
I am great so far.
Sister,
I wanted to listen to me carefully.
Go ahead, Sister Tam.
I am 60 hard, going over more and more.
You look young for 60 hard, though.
I am saying to you, and Rosal people, and because that's where I was born, grew. And listen to me, when I was a child coming up the time, I walked through them places to go Lawrence and go to school. What Mr. Myers is asking, he's asking a bag of crap right now, to be honest with you, Mr. Myers. I'm looking him in the eye and telling him that. Because you know why I'm going to say that? The bushing of the road is a disgrace. That road used to bush every holiday, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The road itself, growing up as a child, to me, the road is much better than now. Oh my God, Mr. Myers, sir. Talk the God truth. The road now bush. The road, there's no bushing. I say, we're not bushing going on this up here a long while, sir.
And there's so much pothole, Mr. Myers, hold them.
I mean, it's a disgrace. Pertaining to the water, you telling me that water could never elevate from so much here still now. Counselor come, counselor go. Come on, man. Come on.
My God.
It needs to be better. Mm-mm. We are not talking about in the 60s, you know. We are talking about the 21st century now. It's pure promising. I listening to Mr. Myers. Mr. Myers is working like Portia.
Portia another day again, so you must have work.
Exactly. And nothing not coming forward. Come on, Miss Martha, what you want to name his friend. Want to do something, stop the promising.
Too much politics, man.
Too much promising. If I come off the bus from Lawrence Tavern and walk it to Rosal, and it's a disgrace, it needs to be better. Come on. And as far as I can remember way back when, look here, Madame Rose Leon, them far gone in a hurt. But I mean, there were people up there talk. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We want water, Rosal, man. Good God.
Mr.
Water come on in a 9 o'clock and a like a 4 o'clock. That's still any sense?
Lord have mercy. No, sir. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
It's a disgrace. They need to do better.
Mr. Myers, you hear Sister Tem say?
Oh.
Mr. Myers and Juliet Cuthbert the Flame.
They need to do better. And the health center, oh Jesus, not to mention, that needs freedom now. From me, I pick maybe this look. Look on it. If I even look up paint to not draw upon it, man. If I even look up paint, oh God, do not draw upon it, man.
No.
Have a nice day, Mr. Right.
Thank you, Sister Tem. Thank you, Sister Tem. That is Sister Tem from up by Laverne, Stavern, Rose Hall District.
Okay,
God bless you too, ma'am. God bless you. We're in Child's Month. And I have a song to play for Child's Month. Run the track for me. Dirty man, you dirty man, dirty man. Leave the people picking them alone, dirty man, dirty man. We're in Child's Month. I tried to get Sissoko to come online, but I didn't get through to them. So many of our young girls are being molested at home, and when they run to the church, the leaders of the church, they molest them too. And nothing come out of it. But one thing me have to say, Sissoko, wanna get this thing up and going. Too much. Too much, too much. Dirty man. Dirty man. Left the people putting them alone. Dirty man. But you have people deeds. Dirty man. Run the track again for me. Wanna think, sir? Sure. Them know say it wrong. And they go in the name of the Lord. You can tell a lady say you'll take care of her daughter. And you'll be the father. And when you're done, you go do so. And threaten the young lady. Dirty man. You know someone a dirty man. I have a little goddaughter who love to sing the song. You dirty man. You dirty man. You know dirty. You know believe you is above the law. You know believe you is above the law of this land. So you can't do what you want, do and get away with it. And go on as if you know holy and donkly. And talk up all kind of things. But you have people deeds. Dirty man. You dirty man. Don't touch the people, put them down there. Dirty man. Enough is enough. Someone like go on as if you know bull dopey and dopey conqueror. Make them come. Dirty man. And can't do me nothing. What going on in this country? You out a road and then trouble you. You run for rescue and then trouble you. You chop tongues and you trouble them. Dirty man! Wherever you're listening from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean, this is Make We Talk. If you're having a problem with that dirty man, you have some young ladies out there, it's Child's Month, who, because they have money, the dirty man, they have money, they use poor people money to buy out people and keep people shut. Dirty man! Me wonder what Sissoko they do. Because when you call Sissoko, they put you on to 4011 number for call this and for call that. And the taxpayer money they pay you know. Some of them dirty man have to come off of the road. They believe them is above the law. Dirty man! Won't believe. Eh? Pay back. The word I want to use, I can't use it. Dirty man! So many young ladies having trauma. Then get up a man in time. Trauma here, trauma there. Because the dirty man them, the dirty parasite them. They may take me off a route when I'm done, but at least I clear my mind. Afraid of them. I have two beautiful goddaughters. And I'm going to turn Lambert Brown. I prefer do jungle justice. Because when me tell you no say Sissoko nah do nothing, But you have people deeds. Dirty man. You have people deeds. You no molest people, young pitney. And pay off who fi pay off. It's going on right here in Jamaica and around the world. And Sissoko no want to do nothing about it. So many young people living in trauma, they go to them bed, they can't hardly sleep because they think they're the dirty man. No come molest them again. It's child month we inna. And Romy and Virga sing a beautiful song, Dirty Man. You dirty man! Boy, you have people deeds. But let me tell you something. I don't afraid of nobody. Dirty man! Leave the people pitney alone. Hey! Make her keep it quiet. So many young girls and young boys are being molested by these nasty dirty men. And when they're done, after them tell the mother or the father who can't hardly maintain the pitney themselves, I will do it for you. You know, squeeze into their room and chulam. The Lord tell me for chulam. You know, go out with the nastiness. Dirty man. Dirty man. Leave the people pitney alone, dirty man. You are some man in this country who in a society, them are dirty man. Then go on with the antics under the quiet and come out and nobody speak like them, you know. And the name big in a society and nobody speak like them. Them are dirty man. Then go on with them dirtiness under quiet. Nobody can say Jeffrey Tavares dirty. Me who people money. Me we talking, me who Sajiko, me who, what the place name? Credit Union, me not dirty. Take care of the young girls them, man. Take care of the young boys them. But you need to molest them. The government of this country must put on some stiffer sanctions. And these dirty man. Dirty man. And now top 6 on a dirty man. And same way they can find certain people that want to look for them, find the dirty man them. Because some of these dirty man believe that there's above them is above the law. Dirty man. One is a disgrace to society. But you have people deeds. Dirty man. Run the track for me, Miss Isis, until you hear my voice again next week. I am Jeffrey Tavares. May God bless this country. And may God protect our young ladies from these dirty men. May God bless Jamaica land we love. Run the track, dirty man.